Welcome back. Today's Vlogmas video is going to be a little bit more chill and laid back. I went to the library yesterday before it started snowing, and we've been snowed in here today, which has been really nice. I am not feeling 100%. Sinuses are not my friend this time of year, nor have they been my friend for a while, but I will prevail to tell you about the books I picked up at the library. All these books were books that I put on hold, and they just ended up all being available at the same time. Hi, what's up? You're just gonna sit like that? This is a mix of Christmas books, so I thought I would share. You're just gonna hover in the background the whole time? Starting off with book number 1, A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. This is a really tiny, skinny version, so I'm guessing, yeah, the font is super small. Look how tiny that font is. So I thought this would be fun to revisit these characters and to see how it was originally created by the author. So a great classic work by Charles Dickens and something neat to have on standby, especially this time of year. Next up we have Christmas with Anne. This is by Lucy Maud Montgomery. Fabulous author, the Anne of Green Gables series, Emily of New Moon. Oh my gosh, what else? The Blue Castle. So many good books by this author. If you have not read beyond the single Anne of Green Gables book, definitely keep reading. The last book in the Anne series, book 8, Rilla, is just gets you in the feels and it's so good. So worth getting to the end of that series. Okay. Moving on, so we have Christmas with Anne. Next up, this will come as no surprise that I am interested in books about Jane Austen. We have Pride and Prejudice and Mistletoe. This is by Melissa de la Cruz. I've heard cute things about this and I've seen it on social media, so I thought I would just give this a go. It looks like it is a Christmas retelling of Pride and Prejudice. It looks like we've got Darcy, we've got Pemberley. Oh. So we're kind of switching. The guy is the Bennet and she's the Darcy. Interesting twist. So I've heard cute things. Check this out. Be cute this time of year. Glad I had that from the library. This is one that come. Now sit. Thank you. What are you doing? Next up we have Fangs by Sarah Anderson. So this is something I had on hold months ago from the library and it wasn't available yet, but I wanted to be first in line for when it was available. She's a really great artist. Really like her Sarah Scribbles series. I think she has 3 of them now and I really enjoy them, so I wanted to check this out because I've liked her other works, even though this is different. This is a consecutive story, not a series of comic strip kind of different ideas. Her other books are just collections of different cartoons that she's drawn, which are fantastic, but not a succinct story that connects all of them. This looks like it is a graphic novel that is a story about a female vampire and a male human, or maybe he's a werewolf, one or the other. So, interested to see if I like this as much as the other books, and glad I could borrow this from the library so I could find out. In conjunction with the Christmas theme, we've got Christmas Carol Murder, A Dickens of a Crime by Heather Redmond. Just looked interesting and I've enjoyed some mysteries this year. It looks like it's brand new. Might be interesting to check out. If you read this, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are because I know nothing about it and I'd love to hear. I found this one which sounded really interesting. It's The Secret Sisterhood, The Literary Friendships of Jane Austen, Charlotte Bronte, George Eliot, and Virginia Woolf. Thought it would be an interesting look historically into what it was like for these women to be such prominent authors of the day. Maybe get to know more about what it was like for them as authors, how they were viewed during their lifetimes in society, and just see if I could learn anything new. So that's about all I know. This is kind of like we get a glimpse into a little bit of the past and what it was like for these women at the time. So I look forward to finding out. Next up we have All Hearts Come Home from Christmas. This is a selection of short stories. There are 4 authors in this Regency Christmas collection. Sarah Eden, Anita Stansfield, Esther Hatch, and Joanna Barker. So the time that I borrowed this last year when it came out, I ended up running out of time to borrow this from my library before I had to return it. So I ended up only reading the first story, which is by Sarah Eden, which is the one I primarily wanted to read of this collection, and at the time the only author that I had read from this collection. Now I've read Esther Hatch's stories and Joanna Barker's stories, and I really like both of their story styles and the way that they tell stories. Not read anything yet by Anita Stansfield, but somebody to check out since she's with a collection of fabulous authors. She must be pretty fabulous too. Thought I would give this a go. I could read the rest of the stories in this book. We have only 2 more stories. We have this teeny cute little one called What Would Jane Do? I didn't realize when I put it on hold that it was this little, but it says Quips and Wisdom from Jane Austen. I just thought it'd be something fun to look at, just kind of see what it says. What would Jane do? So it looks like these are all little quotes organized into themes to find a Jane Austen quote for every category of mood, I guess. We don't have an index, so I don't know what themes there are. So we got stuff from all 6 of her novels, from Austen's letters, and from Lady Susan, and Sanditon. Quite a variety here in this little book. So I look forward to skimming through that and checking that out. Then last but not least, I had put C.S. Lewis's Chronicles of Narnia on hold, not realizing that I was getting an illustrated version as opposed to the, original book. Got Edmund, who's over there, and of course the White Witch is sitting all fancy. And then we got Mr. Tumnus and Lucy on the back. Well, this is really pretty. I was tempted to just leave this at the library and not take it out. But every time that crosses my mind, I think that the more items you take out from the library, the more the library is supported because the numbers stay up at that location, seeing that people are interested in supporting the library and using the resources they have. That directly affects the funding, the federal funding that they get, according to my friend who used to work at the library, who now works in a different library system. I have enjoyed learning a little bit more about how the library works and how I can best support it since I use the library so often, and I'm so grateful for the resources they have. It's nice that the text is large enough, it's easy to read. I don't like when books are so small that the text is minuscule and you feel like you need a magnifying glass to see it. Oh, when I picked up this library bookmark, I forgot I stuck it in here. Seasons Readings instead of Seasons Greetings. Seasons Readings. I love it. It's so great. My library is awesome, you guys. And I'm sure yours is too. I love that the youngest Pevensey child is named after C.S. Lewis's goddaughter, which is really interesting. There's a little note at the beginning of this. It says, "My dear Lucy, I wrote this story for you, but when I began it, I had not realized that girls grow quicker than books. As a result, you are already too old for fairy tales, and by the time it is printed and bound, you will be older still. But someday you will be old enough to start reading fairy tales again. You can then take it down from some upper shelf and dust it and tell me what you think of it. I shall probably be too deaf to hear and too old to understand a word you say, but I shall still be your affectionate godfather, C.S. Lewis." Adorable. Do you know what CS stands for in his name? Clive Staples Lewis. Isn't that not the most peculiar name? Clive, okay, but Staples from middle name? I don't understand. I just find that very peculiar, Clive Staples Lewis, but regardless of his name, he's no doubt a very talented author, and I'm glad I had a opportunity to check this book out. That is my collection of books from the library. I am so grateful that I can borrow these from the library, can check them out, and then I don't have to store them in my home. I can take them back. And only purchase the books that are my absolute favorites. That's a way for me to find out which ones are my absolute favorites by borrowing them from the library. I tend to be okay, these are the books I want to get because I borrowed them from the library and I'm obsessed and I want to read them again, / write in them or make notes, underline, highlight my favorite parts. So, thanks so much for watching this Vlogmas video. I hope that you enjoyed it and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Have a great day!